Hey, this is Corey from Wolfpack Woodcraft, and I just got back from a 4-day, 3-night camp out. Now, this camp out had a lot of rain, but it was absolutely beautiful. The river was just gorgeous. And if you want to see more, stay tuned. Hey, welcome back. And I just want to share with you this experience because it was so much fun. You know, a lot of people, they like to camp when it's sunny and 70, but getting out there in the rain, you know, and hearing that rain on that canvas, it really is rewarding being out there in nature. But it does bring a couple complications. Starting fire when everything is soaking wet isn't the easiest thing in the world, but I was able to do it. In part of the woods that we were in, it was mostly birch bark and pine, or birch trees and pine trees, and so I was able, and spruce, so I was able to get birch bark, which will start even when it's wet, and then fat wood as well. I was able to easily get fire. The hard part was getting the logs to burn. I'd make a small fire, and then I'd put the logs around the outside, and so that the fire could dry out the bigger logs, so that I could add larger fuel to the fire, those big logs that would burn longer, so I wasn't constantly feeding little sticks and twigs into it. And at one point, everything was so saturated wet that the logs that were around the fire, they would heat up, and the water would boil out the ends. And that was crazy, you know, like you think, you know that it's wet, you know, it's been raining, you know that it's wet, you know you got to dry it out before, to see it boil and hear it boiling out the end. That was kind of cool. I kind of liked that. I took video of it, and it was, I don't know, it really tested my skills and my abilities, kind of, because everything was saturated wet. You could tell by that log that everything was saturated wet. But I was still able to make fire. I was still able to cook. We made a delicious steak dinner on the fire. We had a good ember base, but I had to keep a fire going. So I had the fire on one end, and then I was cooking over the embers on the other end. And everything just worked out, you know. It really didn't test me that much because, like I said, I had so much birch bark and so much fat wood. But in an emergency situation, that's probably where I would be. You know, I spent a lot of time on that river. It's mostly birch and pine along that whole river. And so knowing that I have those resources just ensured me that, you know, I can almost always get fire, even if everything is soaking wet. And then, yeah, that steak dinner. Oh, it was amazing. It was so good. We cooked it over the fire. We had this little grill, and I didn't like the grill. I'm going to get a new grill top. But the steaks were just amazing. It was so good, and it's so nice having that big steak meal when you're out camping, you know. Other than that, we ate Mountain House, and so you probably already saw Caroline taste testing biscuits and gravy. That was a really good, hearty breakfast. We ate that, I think, the last night we were there. And then, yeah, a lot of Mountain House, lots of rain, a lot of sitting in the tent, relaxing, enjoying life. We played a lot of games. We played Skip-Bo, mostly Skippo. It's a card game. And we had Farkle and Monopoly Deal with us. We also had books. I brought Camping and Woodcraft, and then she brought a couple novels. And so it was just a very relaxing time. You know, it was very relaxing and peaceful and so much fun. I highly recommend. A lot of people like to go camping when it's sunny and 70 degrees, and they'll cancel for a chance of rain or a chance of whatever. I suggest going anyway. You know, go out there and enjoy the weather. You know, me and Caroline have some of our best times are in severe thunderstorms. You know, like the thunder would crack and you could feel the earth shaking underneath you. And you would think it'd be scary, but it really isn't. It's just peaceful, and you know, you're one with nature. You're in it. You know, you're there, and it's an experience. You know, and I really am glad that I got to share them experiences with her, and hopefully we get to do it a lot more. So, that being said, make sure to leave your knowledge and your questions in that comment section. I want to know, what is your favorite thing to do when you're out camping? Is it the cooking over a fire? Is it just getting out and enjoying nature? Is it sitting in the tent and the just peace and quiet? What's your favorite thing to do when you're out camping? And then make sure to like and share these videos to help spread that knowledge and those ideas to the people we care about most. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and come join the pack. I have a new video every Sunday and Thursday, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.